Friends forever, that's what we are. Through the thick and the thin, we're friendship stars. We're banger main buddies from the days of old. We laugh, crying, hug, friendship solid gold. My soul code ever started a year ago. We share our stories and your stories were told. 80s, 90s memories that give us glee. And on the block party shows, NKOTB. Now our friendship circle has grown by far. Hashtag friends forever, that's what we all are. Boom. And if you don't know, now you know. My soul code whatever for life. Hashtag MSCW. Hashtag friends forever. Yeah. Yeah.
So this is the block party, but I think we need to break some stuff down before.
Yeah, we do.
Before we
Yeah, we do.
get in here. So if all ends well, you would have already heard the Joey Mac. Got Joey Mac on the brain, not Joey Mac.
Always.
You would have heard the Joey Fatone episode.
Last week.
Yeah, last week.
And
holy.
I'm still like riding high.
Me too.
I've had a grin on my face. I've been like happy, like genuinely happy
I know.
for like days. It's so cool.
It is. It's crazy.
He's so cool.
And so we figured you guys wouldn't want us to wait to talk about this until the next 80s, 90s episode.
Right.
We figured you'd want to hear about it like right after.
Right.
So we're just going to talk about it for a little while and then we'll get into our block party.
Yeah. Sound good?
So let's start. Want to start from the start?
Yeah.
Because we haven't really talked much about it just besides lives. There's a couple lives in the Facebook group. Because, I'll let you take this discussion. Considering what I did, you go ahead and take this discussion.
Well, like, what are we going to talk about? Like, from the start, like, when we found out that he was coming?
No.
Or, like, from the start, like, how the day went?
Well, we should probably start with his lives that he did.
Yeah. Yeah, good call. Was that before or after the little video clip?
That was after.
Okay. Yes, it was.
Because we had already been sending the video clip. So I guess we could start with the video clip.
So the video clip was April 1st.
Right. And it was when we did the NSYNC episode.
Right. And it was amazing. Nikki did a great job on that.
Had so much fun. We got to do more like that.
Well, they seem to work. I mean, it worked in this case.
Lance, can you hear me?
And some of this, like, you might hear also Joey. You may have heard Joey talk about. Because
Right.
he was bombarded.
Yes,
Thanks,
he was.
guys.
In a good way.
Yeah.
No,
he was
very
he was
good
like,
way.
Clearly, he wasn't like annoyed or anything because he came on.
I think in one of his lives he said it's annoying, but it's a good kind of annoying.
I think that was one that he didn't post.
Right.
Joey doesn't post his lives
very
often.
No, and that was the one like I wanted you to see, but luckily Courtney heard it. So.
Yeah, so it happened. So he had seen the video because he was blasted with it. Mm-hmm. And then they did some lives.
Yes.
Both the podcast and him did some lives like while they were, I don't know if they must have been recording or getting ready to record or something.
They were doing a wine tasting.
They were because they didn't really care for the wine that much. But then it grew on Joey.
Oh.
I remember that. Well, because I screen recorded the live.
Oh. Is that what he said?
One. At first he didn't like it, and then like as he kept drinking, he was like, "Actually, it's not that bad."
Oh, he might not be a wine drinker.
No, I'm not really a wine drinker.
Me either.
I also thought that I was not a coffee brandy drinker, but come to find out,
clearly you were incorrect.
Come to find out, that was not bad. So anyway, so on the lives, people were like talking about us, and he talked about us a couple times and how he was gonna like set it up or whatever. I don't even remember now how it was, but it was good.
Yeah.
It was like good. It was like confirming like something could happen.
Right.
And then
I think like, not to interrupt you.
Yeah.
Because you were at work.
Yes. Yes, always.
But like during the 3 lives or however many times he went on, every single time he went on, people were going on there and going, you got to be on the My So-Called Whatever podcast. It was freaking amazing and awesome. And I can't even thank you guys enough because it was so amazing. He kept talking about it.
It was amazing. And it kept bringing it up, and he kept seeing it, and like he saw you.
Yeah, he did.
He saw you, and in turn he saw us, which was really cool. Right. So thank you.
And to his friend who's listening to our podcast, thank you. He said he has a friend that listens to us.
Thank you so much.
Whoever you are, thank you for listening to our podcast, and thank you for getting the word out. We appreciate it.
And like recommending us to him.
Yes, thank you.
That was really, I think that was probably kind of pivotal.
I think so.
So thank you.
Yeah.
Because when he said, as you heard, like, you know, people were were messaging him and telling him about it. And then he got, a message from a friend that was like, oh yeah, I listened to this podcast. So that's really cool.
Thank you.
Then Joanna got in touch with us.
Right.
Because and we found out after the fact, I think, that he went to her and was like, we gotta, can you look into this and whatever. And she was like, already working on it.
Yeah, she's awesome.
Which was really cool because she had noticed the social media too.
Yeah.
And she was awesome. Really nice.
So down to earth.
Yep. Very good. So then we set it up.
Yep.
For Saturday.
Right.
Night.
Right. And we didn't know what the logistics were going to be, but we knew it was going to be Saturday night.
Right. We didn't know what time. We didn't know, any of that.
Yeah.
But that was fine because we were free. You make yourself free for Joey Fatone.
Right. And when we were thinking night, we were thinking like 7:00 at first.
That's exactly what we were thinking. And so he was here. He got in Friday later.
Right.
And then was here Saturday and left Sunday.
Right. He was supposed to be here on, like, the schedule had him confirmed on Sunday.
Right.
But he actually wasn't confirmed on Friday in their schedule, but he ended up doing stuff on Friday, which I would have known, like, I would have gone.
Right.
But it was, like, all messed up.
Yeah.
Not by him, but by, like, the schedule.
Yeah. And, who knows? And maybe, who knows?
Right.
But... So we went. I worked on Saturday morning.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I got out, you and I went.
Right.
He had a Q&A.
Right. He had a photo up before that, but we missed it.
But we went to the Q&A.
Right.
And saw that. That was like an hour, and it was pretty cool.
I'm trying to think of the different questions that they asked during the photo op because they were really interesting. Not the photo op, the Q&A.
Oh, yeah.
One was his favorite song.
Right.
Which is I Thought She Knew.
I like that song.
I thought she knew my world revolved around her. My love light burns for her alone. But she wouldn't see the pain. Only my love's to blame, I think.
I don't know.
I should have known. I should have known. Love that song.
We don't sound as good as they do.
No. I bet Joey, like, I was really hoping he would belt it out. I was really, really hoping he would belt it out.
I know.
Because that song gives me goosebumps.
All
the ballads give me goosebumps. Oh. I'm an NSYNC ballad girl, but I like a little, I was hanging with the fellas. We'll talk about that.
I like a little dirty pop.
Yeah.
Sync.
Sick and tired of hearing all these people talk about what's the deal with this pop life and when is it gonna fade out.
I think you got to realize
what we're doing is not a trend.
We got the gift of melody.
We're gonna bring it to the end.
Doesn't matter. Let the car I drive. Okay, so then after the Q&A, people asked a lot of different questions. They asked questions about like Masked Singer. They asked questions about like his NSYNC days.
My Big Greek Wedding.
Yeah. My Big Greek Wedding fans.
Yeah.
And, lots of different questions. And it was pretty cool.
There was one that somebody asked. I'm trying to remember what it was. And I was like, wow, that was a really good question. Damn it. I can't remember.
I can't either.
Crap. I should have Facebook Lived it. I was thinking, afterwards, I was like, why didn't I Facebook Live this?
Oh, yeah.
It was dumb for me.
That would have been awesome. Well, what are you going to do? So after that, he left. Well, he was still there, but he, left the area.
Right. And Comic-Con was an experience for us.
It really was.
Like, we were some of the only people not dressed up.
Right. I saw like legit like Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
I mean, and
Iron Man.
Yeah.
We talked a little bit about that on the last episode.
We totally did, but it was really, I was not I should have expected it because I'm not like dumb to what a Comic-Con is.
I just realized, I think we're recapping already what we recapped on the last episode.
Oh, did we?
Because we were doing it before.
But
that's okay. Whatever. We'll speed this up.
Yeah. So long story short.
Yes.
We talked to Joey.
Right.
At his table.
Right.
And we confirmed the timing.
Mm-hmm.
He was super sweet.
Yep.
Gave us many hugs.
Yes.
And
he smelled damn good.
He smelled very good. And he likes to talk.
I love it.
Which is great. I love a talker.
That he's a talker. I love it.
So we were to meet or hear from them around 10 o'clock.
Right. Exactly.
Which is what happened.
Yes. So around 10 o'clock, we went for a drive because we were waiting. We just figured we were like, we'll just go drive because we were just like standing around and
waiting.
We had, it was nerves. I mean, at that point, I don't think we were as nervous as we were before because
we had already met him at that point.
We broke the ice and whatever. Right. So,
but like we weren't sure the location.
Exactly. So we didn't know, like I was still trying to figure it because me setting things up, like I'm thinking of logistics, like is this going to work? Like, what's the sound going to be like? Because I'm thinking about all those things because they're important to me and whatever. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so we get a text. We were doing a Facebook Live.
Yes.
And we get a text message. And it said, can you meet us at the bar? And immediately my heart dropped because I'm thinking...
The noise
in the bar. And I'm like, oh, no. And I didn't mean it in a bad way.
Right.
And Brooke's like, you're still on the live. But like, I was just thinking, oh no. Like,
because we tried recording an episode in like a restaurant type of setting.
We
and
did.
It was really.
It was so hard. And like, it took me, that was like my really first difficult episode to edit. I think it took me like 4 weeks to edit. Like, and I edited it here and there and here and there. And then finally I kind of gave up because it was like, and then like I ended up doing it like a year later, and you might hear it someday.
Yeah. You still haven't heard it yet.
Because it's done.
Yeah.
And we're just waiting for approval.
And it's a great episode.
Yeah.
So anyway, we went over and turns out.
We got the text.
Yep.
Well, first we were driving and I said, there's Joey Fatone's right there.
Yeah, you did say that. And
you were like,
and I didn't see it.
You're like, that's not Joey Fatone. And I was like, no, he's sitting right at that table. That's him. Like, we just drove by and that's him sitting at the table.
And I mean, I couldn't see because I was driving.
Right.
But I was like, there's no way you could spot Joey Fatone.
But we didn't know there was a private room there either.
No.
So
anyway, we got the text and we went and we were like, we don't really know where we're going in here. Like it's not that I've never been there.
No, but
they said they had a private room.
It's a big bar.
Yeah. It's like a restaurant bar, like a sports bar.
So picture this.
Picture it.
Because we kept talking about it because we have luggage.
Oh, yeah. Like
pull behind luggage.
Like a rolling carry-on. That's what we have like our like recording equipment in, and then Nikki has her bag with the laptop because we had a backup.
Yep.
And then we had gifts.
Right.
And anyway, so we had a lot of stuff to haul into this place.
And I was like, oh my gosh.
And it's like a sports bar that people go to on weekend nights.
Right. And it's crowded.
Yeah. So, but he said that there was a private room. We weren't sure where the private room was. Anyway, we went in. Joanna came out and met us.
Thank God, Joanna.
Lifesaver.
God bless you.
Lifesaver.
Because, I mean, as soon as I saw her, I was like, oh, okay, I don't have to look like excuse me, I'm here to see Joey Fatone. They're like, yeah, right.
Yeah, exactly. Get in line. So she came out, we went in, and it was great. It was it was a private room.
Yeah, it sure was. And it was like the best scenario.
It was
awesome. Better than even the optional scenarios that we had talked about.
Right.
It was actually
it was
ideal. Better. It couldn't have been better. It really couldn't have been.
I mean, honestly, like let's talk about it.
Okay. Let's do it.
Drinks were delivered to us.
Yes.
And
just like he said, we have 18 drinks on the table right now.
Truly. So like that was really cool and it was comfortable. We met some really neat people like you know, we met some cool people that were there to like.
Yes. Sal.
Very
Such a
nice guy. Thank you for the lighting, sir.
His name is Sal Ortero, and he is a comic book artist. And he travels.
He does the Comic
Cons. He's so talented.
Very talented.
Look him up. He's on YouTube.
Yeah.
He's in our group.
Yeah, he is.
So say hi to Sal.
Hey, Sal. What's up?
How you doing?
Hey, Sal Otero. And then the guy from the restaurant.
Yes.
He was there. He was super nice.
Oh my gosh.
And
he was amazing.
He was like a big teddy bear.
I wanted to give him a hug when I left.
Like a big old
Did
teddy
I
bear.
give him a hug when I left?
Possibly.
I may have. We'll talk about that.
So anyway, we record. It was great. We recorded for like an hour and 45 minutes or so.
Yeah.
You know,
I was
obviously
so
the episode was shorter because we cut some stuff out. Just
it was so hot though.
Extra stuff. I
sweat through my clothes.
I was okay. I kept my jacket on the whole time, which I didn't expect to do that.
I kept my sweatshirt on the whole time, and I didn't expect to do that. But I was like I wore my "It's Gonna Be May" t-shirt.
Yeah, which he recognized.
He did, and he said that he saw it earlier that day too. Did you hear it on the podcast episode?
Nope.
He's like, "You've been wearing that today," something like that. You wore it today.
Yes, sir.
He said you wore it today.
Yes, sir. I did.
It's gonna be May.
So we recorded, and that was great. Wrapped it up.
Drank a little.
Yeah, that Allen's was not bad. It tasted like chocolate milk after a couple of drinks.
So the first thing though, they asked us what we'd like to drink, and I'm on keto, but I was like, I don't have time to think about. I'm just gonna take a cheat day. So I'm like, okay, if I'm gonna have a cheat day, what do I want? Well, I really like
Angry Orchard.
I just like it. It's good. And so the waitress was like, have you ever tried it with Fireball? And I'm thinking, I didn't think it was a shot of Fireball. I'm thinking like a Fireball? I'm stupid.
Like a Fireball like Mario Brothers?
No, like, you know, like the Fireballs, like the...
Oh, like a Jawbreaker Fireball?
I was thinking like it was like flavoring, not a shot of Fireball.
Not a shot of Fireball.
No.
Oh my gosh.
I didn't realize it was a shot of Fireball.
I wish it came with Pitbull.
But when I took a drink of that, it was heavenly. It tasted like cinnamon apple pie.
Really?
It was so good.
Interesting. I wouldn't have expected that.
I'm pretty sure she said shot of Fireball, but it didn't register in my head.
She did say shot of Fireball because I heard it loud and clear and I thought, no.
Why didn't you say something?
Well, because I didn't think that you would do it. And then you were like, okay. So then I just
and you guys, I'm not even a casual drinker. Like, you guys have seen me on the cruise. I take it easy, you know, and well, yeah, for the most part. But like, it's like you think, oh, I'll be fine. You know what I mean? Like, it will be fine.
Right.
And the thing is, I had only like sipped on it during the whole thing, and then we had the Allens because we had to have the champagne of Maine,
right?
And so we had that, and I drank all of that because I was like, ooh, milky drinks.
I don't like milky drinks.
You do now.
It was so good, you guys.
And I was telling Brooke that she has to try it because like I'm all about the milky drinks. Whatever. I know people don't like them, but I'm telling you, it's my drink. That's what I like.
Yeah.
And there's one that you take. It's like coffee brandy or Kahlua.
Yeah.
You do that, and then you do milk, and then you do chocolate drizzled syrup all around the rim, and so it like goes down like chocolate milk.
That sounds so good.
It's with milk, and then it's a shot of vodka.
That sounds so delicious.
It's amazing. It's just good. It's like a nice sippy drink. Like, you don't want to like down it.
You don't guzzle it
like a milkshake.
But
like
right.
You know what I mean?
But that sounds good. Maybe I'll mix one when I get home.
Oh, that's right. You got some.
I have all the ingredients.
We should have had it tonight.
We should have.
That would have been nice. I would have had one.
My Target shopping after this would have been interesting.
So when they did that, like I said, I hadn't drank it, but then I did.
Like after we were done.
Right. Because I had to put it in a plastic cup to go downstairs.
Right.
And I was so thirsty. I drank
my Tito's and seltzer water with lime, and I drank the coffee brandy. I drank that mix pretty quickly, actually, to the point where I noticed that other people weren't drinking theirs, and I thought, I want it.
Oh, because Joey wasn't drinking his.
No, I don't think he liked it very much.
No, I don't think so either.
And I think that he had some drinks before, so maybe he was trying to pace himself a little bit.
Maybe
not.
But he drank. He drank.
He tried it.
He did a few sips. Yeah. I saw. And I was looking. I was like, he doesn't like it, but he's being so nice, and
that's fine. He doesn't have to like it.
No, he doesn't.
So we So anyway, that was fun.
And we went to we thought, okay, that was it.
Yep. Bye bye.
We were gonna leave,
and he was like,
"Come downstairs.
You guys should come downstairs because downstairs is another bar.
Right.
It's like the same place, but it's different.
Right. It's a different atmosphere.
Yeah, it is. So, but it's more like a bar, and they had karaoke.
They did.
And so he said, you guys should come down. And we were like, oh, okay. And he said, no, really, you come down. Take your stuff out to your car. I think he actually said, take your shit to your car.
Yes, he did.
And then come back in and go down.
And then he left and he came back and he's like, take your shit to your car.
Yeah.
Come back downstairs.
So that's what we did. We took our shit to the car and we went downstairs. And we each got a drink downstairs. And somebody may have gotten a shot downstairs. And so then we were just kind of like hanging out, chilling.
Brooke wanted me to sing karaoke with Joey.
I did. But I wasn't going to ask him to sing karaoke because like I felt uncomfortable.
Like, I was like, should I ask him? I don't know. Like, it might be weird. I don't want him to like... And I wasn't feeling good. Like, I wasn't like... I was still really nervous.
Yeah.
So I think if it was towards the end of the night, and if they were, because we not only shut the place down, but we'll get to it, but we were there like well past closing time.
Yeah. So we went to, but we were talking, and like he was protected.
Yes.
And there were people like trying to get to him.
Yes.
And he was being nice about it.
Oh,
and,
he was
whatever.
So nice.
But we were kind of staying out of the way.
He took pictures with so many people.
Yeah. So we were staying out of the way.
Right.
And then we got talking about doing a Facebook Live.
Right.
And then, so I went over to ask him if he would do a Facebook Live. So I went over, and then the big teddy bear guy, he was like, oh, hey, yeah, no, you're safe. You can come in. So I asked him to do a Facebook Live, and he was like, oh, hell yeah. Like, that's fine. Cool.
Yay.
So then Nikki came over and we did the Facebook
Live.
Live.
The Facebook Live.
And you guys saw that.
I haven't watched it.
And I have. And Joey did his Instagram Live, which he didn't post.
Yeah, Joey, what the hell?
But anyway, so he did that. And that was really fun.
Yeah.
And we hung out.
Yeah.
And talked. And it was pretty cool. I mean, it wasn't like a long time because it was late.
Right.
But it was probably like an hour.
It was, seemed like longer than that. It seemed like a long time.
Because the bars close at 1 here.
Yeah.
And we were done recording and the stuff out to the car about midnight. So it was about an hour downstairs. But then, like, people were leaving.
Yeah.
But, like, we were still there.
Yeah, we still stayed.
They were still there.
Yeah.
They weren't, like, kicking them out.
Right.
But it was getting late. And so we said our goodbyes.
Wow. I was a creeper, guys. I was a creeper.
Well, Nikki had a lot to drink. I mean, let's just be real.
And the thing is, like, you guys, I know my limits. Like, I know my limits. I wasn't like I asked
you were not
multiple times. Was I sloppy? Like,
no, you were happy
because
go lucky.
I can remember everything.
Happy go lucky.
Like the next morning, I was like,
yeah, like what?
But like, it wasn't. Yeah. I know everything now.
Yeah.
Like, I know that sounds weird, but that's what happens to your head. So
people know what happens when you get drunk.
Right.
So you.
Oh God, this is embarrassing, guys.
So we said goodbye. We hugged. Like we hugged and hugged and hugged. Like it was
multiple times.
It was a good goodbye. And we said bye to Joanna. She was great.
She was awesome.
So then we were leaving. We were getting ready to go. We were going to run to the bathroom and leave or whatever. And then Nikki, I don't remember exactly how you said it. But you said something about, are you going to go to Stephen King's house? Let's go. Come with us. Let's go to Stephen King's house.
Oh, God.
And he was like, oh, I really want to go, but, well, he's like, I don't know. There's a lot of us here.
He's walking away as he's saying this. He's walking away. And I was like, oh, no.
So, and in my mind, I'm like, he's not going to ride with us in my car to go to Stephen King's house.
Right.
And also there's no room because my car's trash.
I forgot about that. But see, I was happy.
But, well, yeah, you were, because we'll talk about what happened next.
Because I was about to ask him, I was like, we could go walk there. It's not that far away. Because
it really wasn't.
No, I was like, we go for a walk. Let's go for a walk.
Oh my gosh. But
that was the next out of my mouth. But I didn't, because
right.
I saw him walking away.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, he's going away. Okay. I go to the bathroom.
Yeah. So then we laughed, but it was really cool.
Yeah.
So.
But I was really embarrassed. I was really embarrassed.
It was fine.
He's probably like, Nikki the creeper that has all the NSYNC merch. She's kind of a creeper.
But I signed her license plate.
Yeah, he did.
That was cool.
That was cool.
So it was fine, though. And then, so we got to my car and we went to the McDonald's drive-thru and we FaceTimed with some friends.
Oh, gosh.
And then some British gentlemen that were here visiting, staying at the Holiday Inn, were looking for a ride. And they were walking through the McDonald's drive-thru, like talking to the cabs. They walked by my car and they were like, you're not a cab. And I kept walking. Then I don't know, they came back around and Nikki was like, hey! Hey, what are you doing? And they came over and talked. There was like 3 or 4 of them.
I said, where are you from? And he said like, he's staying at the, and I said, no, where are you from?
Yeah, because they had accents.
Yes.
So anyway, Nikki was like, we'll give you a ride. And I'm like, no, we won't.
Oh, sorry, bro.
And you said it, like you asked me like multiple times. And I was
did.
like, yes, like 3 or 4 times with them right there. And I felt bad.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
But I was like, no, like because in my mind, I'm like, they're strangers. I'm not going to take them to their hotel.
That's true. That's scary.
I'm so
sorry.
They're like 3 or 4 strange men. We're outnumbered. So I'm like, no, like we got to get home.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost 2:00 in the morning. Like
right.
we got to go. I have to work in the morning.
Right.
Oh wait, no, I had church the next morning. But anyway,
did you get something at McDonald's?
I got a cheeseburger and a small Diet Coke.
Did I get something?
Nothing.
Okay.
So anyway, they were leaving. They were walking away, and you were like, "Hey, stay magical." And immediately, I don't know if you guys get that reference, but immediately I'm like, oh my God, she thinks that they're Harry Potter because they sound like Harry Potter. And it was pretty hilarious.
Oh no.
It was a highlight. I'll remember that forever. So,
and I FaceTimed everybody on the West Coast.
You did. I think you tried to did you try to call Maria?
And
you were like,
no,
she'll be up.
No, I tried to call Maria like 6 times because Joey, I was like, you got to meet my friend Maria. She's awesome. You're going to meet my friend Maria. I tried calling her and Jackie and I didn't get a thing.
Answer.
But this was like when we were down under.
Oh, okay.
But then we did the Facebook Live and I saw Jenny and Rod and I'm like,
oh yeah.
Oh, I'm going to call you.
I'm going to call you. I heard that after because I was not paying attention to the Facebook Live whatsoever. Yeah. I was paying attention to Joey Fatone and completely ignoring everything else.
And then
I was googly-eyed.
My friend Kendra,
yes,
Joey is her favorite. I remember. I knew.
Did you call her?
I certainly did. I FaceTimed her it was 11:30 her time, and she had a sunburn. And and Joey said to me, you just woke her up. She's going to be pissed.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
I don't remember this.
She was so excited. She took a screenshot of it
and
put it on Facebook. She was really excited.
Oh, that's so sweet.
It was really dark, but
yeah, you
can tell it's him.
But then Sal came to the rescue in the dark.
Yes, he did. Coming out of the dark.
I thought you were going to sing, come to my window.
No, Daniel. I forgot about
Daniel's
him.
Son.
I forgot about him. My Canadian friend from the north. that like turned into a bad boy. What you gonna do?
So
Tangent.
it was really fun. It was a fun time.
It really was. Really, really was.
Yeah.
Joey Fatone. I really felt like we were like, until I said that thing at the end, I felt like we were best friends, that like we'd known each other forever.
Yeah.
And that's why I felt comfortable enough to say that, because I have a lot of guy friends, and like that's what I would do. I'd be like, "I want to go for a ride. Let's go for a ride. Let's
I
go
have
for
a
a
basketball
walk."
tournament this weekend.
I'm surprised I did not ask him to one.
I know.
Oh my gosh.
So it was fun.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I've been on like an NSYNC binge.
Me as
for
well.
real. And
I have been
it's
for the
making me
past
so happy.
like 2 weeks.
Now leading up to it, but it's hard because I've been so, I don't want to sound.
You've been busy. No, you've been in Russia, not Russia. You've been in Eastern Europe. I mean, you were in Europe, and then you came home, and it's been just a week.
And I've been working,
right?
Like trying to catch up from being gone, and I'm going away again. So I'm trying to like catch up from being gone, and then like prepare to leave again,
right?
With work and at my home and like all
There's
that
a lot going on.
So I wasn't in tune with it. I mean, I was, but I wasn't.
Right.
But now, at work today, I couldn't focus because my brain didn't want to be there. My brain wanted to be like hanging out with Joey Fatone. Or, just like talking to my friends about it, or going on social media, or listening to the music. Like I didn't want to do work. So I had to fix that. Yeah. And I found a solution, but still.
So not to be greedy.
Okay.
Not to be greedy.
Yeah.
But I would love to have Lance on the podcast.
Lance really should be on the podcast. It's just a natural fit.
I wonder if I could send him my license plate.
To have him sign it?
Yes.
I bet you could.
That would be amazing.
I bet he would do that.
You think he would?
Yeah. And just like send a flat rate envelope for him to stick it back in his bag.
Oh yeah.
Like easy. I
Lance,
bet he would.
Will you sign my license plate?
So I really wish that we could meet with Lance.
Oh my gosh. I would die.
Because these episodes, like this episode was so good because it was in person.
Oh my gosh. You guys, it's so much different in person. It's so much different. This was our first one, and
like
it's more personable. It's more, I understand that we're not going to always be able to do it that way.
Obviously not.
And like, we'll take what we can get. Like, we'll totally take what we can get. But I think that Brooke and I realize now that if we have, whatever we have to do to make it in person, we'll really try to make it in person.
We'll try. Yeah. And like, I don't know. I just feel like it was super magical. Mm-hmm. Like, not to sound cheesy or corny, but it was like magical. It was awesome.
Stay magical.
So
full circle.
So, I think that we should meet with Lance in person. What do you think about that, Lance? You down? You down? Also, I think that we should meet with Joey McIntyre.
Joey McIntyre!
So,
know what you did.
I'm just going to put it out there to Joey McIntyre.
Okay. Joey McIntyre.
For real? Like, you need to be on the podcast. It's time.
We would really like to have you on.
And now's a great time. I mean, I don't know what you're doing.
Well, but it might be a little busy for him. I think right now, I don't know. It's hard. I get it. Like, if it doesn't happen, I get it. Because he just came off Waitress. He's spending some time with his fam.
Right.
Like, totally understand that. But I really would appreciate
an hour of your time.
It can be like 15 minutes. Like, it can be anything.
Oh, yeah. No, it could be anything.
Yeah.
It could be anything.
Right.
But I think that would be really awesome. So,
hopefully.
Joey McIntyre, Lance Bass.
Our friend Jackie put it out there again.
Yes, she did.
And what did he say?
I think didn't he say, I've got to do that?
Something like that. It's going to happen. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Oh, yeah. Something like that. That's right. You're right. You're right.
Jenny knows.
Jenny knows all.
Jenny, tell us.
Jenny knows all.
Yeah.
Jennifer.
So speaking of Joey McIntyre.
Jenny from the B.
Jenny from the B.
Jenny from the block. Speaking of Joey McIntyre, we
have some block party stories.
Some stories.
Yeah.
To read.
Right.
So should we intro?
So
let's intro?
Yeah, let's intro.
All right. This is Brooke.
And this is Nikki.
And this is my so-called whatever.
Welcome to the block party. We ain't leaving out nobody. We about to get it started. It's a block party. Block party. I wanna love you, love. Give me all your love. That was good.
That was great.
That was the extended cut.
B+. So, welcome to the block party, guys.
Right. And if this is your first time listening, welcome. Hey. We had that big intro. Usually we don't have an intro that long, but
no,
it was due.
Yeah, we had to.
Due.
And it is topical.
It is. And we tangent. Like, this is us. Like, if we're doing a block party, we're talking about 80s, 90s.
We're just going to shoot shit.
If we're talking 80s, 90s, I'm sure New Kids on the Block just come up and it just happens.
In every episode.
It's just like Joey said. We talked about this.
Yep. We just let it go.
We are my so-called whatever.
We let it flow. Let yourself go. Slow and low. That is the tempo.
Let your love flow like a mountain stream and let your love show.
So,
this week's episode is brought to you by
Kimberly,
Misty,
and Lindsay.
Thank you, Patreon peeps.
Thank you, ladies. We love you.
You help us
keep it going.
Keep the party going.
You help us do it all.
You do.
Thank you.
We appreciate you so much.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, should we just get into it?
I think we should.
So this is Mandy's NKOTB story. Would you like me to read or do you want to read?
You can read this one.
I'll read this one.
Okay.
This was sent back in June.
Right.
And we're just now getting to
because there was like a surprise element. Because her friend was getting on the ship.
Oh, right.
Right. So we waited.
Yep. Yeah. Okay. So here we are.
I'm
going to read.
All right.
Dear my so-called whatever peeps. I'm so happy to sit down and finally write my story. When I started listening to this podcast back in early October, I didn't feel like I had much to share, but oh, what a difference 8 months makes. I started loving New Kids on the Block when I was about 8 years old. I can't even remember the exact moment, but I'm sure it was all in thanks to my cousin who was a few years older than me. I remember listening to her New Kids Hangin' Tough cassette and asking my dad if we could go buy it. Well, when we got to Tower Records, all they had was their first album.
Oh, same, Mandy. Same.
Hangin' Tough was apparently flying off the shelves and a little hard to get. So I settled for their first album and loved it. The next week, my dad came home from work and surprised me with Hangin' Tough. And the rest is history. I played that cassette everywhere. My little brothers even knew all the words to every song, and they still do to this day. Like every other fan, I had every piece of merch you could think of, except the curtains. That's where my mom drew the line. She said it was because we lived in an apartment and we weren't allowed to put them up. I'm not sure when my obsession slowly started to fade. I remember seeing the Dirty Dog video and thinking, what is this? Them in a club, dancing on sexy girls and smoking was not the guys 8-year-old me fell in love with.
Joe with his sexy slick back.
Yeah. Joe. We've all made mistakes.
Come on over, baby.
I was now about 13 and still pretty sheltered and immature and started having real crushes on real boys my age. I loved my 5 guys, of course, but it wasn't the same. Even when it was all said and done for NKOTB, I would still listen to my cassettes and CDs when I needed a pick-me-up and a getaway from the stresses of high school and college. Fast forward to 2008 when they reunited. I wasn't home for the actual footage of the Today Show, but my dad, who was on break at work at the time, called me to tell me it was on. He said he knew I wouldn't want to miss it. Sadly, I had no access to a TV, but did catch it later, and all of those feels came rushing back. I never, ever thought this would happen, especially after VH1 failed at reuniting them.
Mandy, we truly were, like, destined to be soul sisters.
For reals.
Like, really.
I found my best of New Kids on the Block CD and bumped it in the car and at home for weeks. I guess I was under a rock from then until 2013 because that's when I attended my first concert, the Package Tour. I saw the tickets on Groupon for half off. I was sitting in our faculty room at lunch and told a few teacher friends, and they were down to go. Our seats were up in the nosebleeds, but I didn't care. Boyz II Men and 98 Degrees were great, but when New Kids came out, I jumped out of my seat and never sat back down. I was so excited to finally see them in person. Well, from way up top, but still, I was there. My next concert was 2015, the Main Event Tour. When tickets were released, I had no one to go with. I asked around and some friends said, maybe, but my BFF said sure because she's always down for a good time, even if she's not a fan. Well, the day she said yes, before I went online to look up prices, I was driving home and on Kiss FM they were giving away tickets. I called in. I won.
What?
It wasn't for the LA show, but the Anaheim show, which was fine because it's not that far away. Those tickets were also nosebleeds, but they were free and my BFF and I had a blast. The next week the show was in LA at the Forum and I so desperately wanted to go again. My sister Claudia said if I could find cheap tickets, she would come with me. So the day of the show, I looked on StubHub and found really decent seats, not nosebleeds, for $60.
That's amazing.
We were right above floor level and at this point was the closest I've ever been. She has heard their music for years, but never knew what any of them, except Donnie, looked like. As we walked in and she saw posters, she said, oh shit, that's the guy from The Heat.
I love that
LOL,
movie.
Joey. TLC and Nelly were so good. They totally got us pumped for the guys. Via social media, I found out earlier that John wouldn't be performing because of an accident he had falling off the bus.
Oh my God. What?
Aww.
I don't remember that. Do you?
I do.
I don't.
I don't remember it happening at the time, but I remember I've read about it since, heard about it since. Yeah. Sad. Poor John. Disney Prince. I was so sad because he was my first #1 crush.
Aww.
And since I had closer seats, really wanted to see him perform. He came out at the end and sang a bit and waved.
Aww.
Be still my heart. I love that guy. Fast forward to 2000.
Is that the picture of him and his face is all?
I think it is, yeah.
Okay.
I figured you'd seen it.
Yes, yeah.
Fast forward to 2017 was the Total Package Tour. I think it is that one. I think it was that picture.
I saw a picture of him just recently and his face.
Yes.
He had fallen or something.
Yeah. I do think that's it.
Okay.
Fast forward to 2017 was the Total Package Tour. I asked my sister again if she wanted to go and she had a blast but declined. But my baby sister Angela was down, so thankfully I had a concert buddy.
Aww.
As I looked up our tour dates, I saw they were not only playing at Hollywood Bowl, but at House of Blues in Anaheim. I had 2 friends that worked there and texted them right away to see if they could somehow hook me up with a meet and greet. One friend's position was too high up in the ranks and the other was too low.
Aww.
But either way, I knew this was a small, intimate venue, so I was excited. The day of the concert was also my brother's birthday, so we had planned to get to the show just an hour and a half before so we could spend some time with my brother that day. Wow, did I underestimate blockheads then. LOL, I had texted my friend that afternoon that we'd be there around 5:30 and if he could get away from work to come look for us. His response to me was, there have been fans lined up since 9 a.m.
What?
What?
I wonder why.
Great. By the time my sister and I got there, the line was insane. But we went into the bar and overheard someone ask about skip the line passes. If you spend $30 on food, drinks, or merch, you could skip the line. Well, that's a no-brainer to me.
Oh, yeah.
Well, Angela and I went to the bar, downed our drinks in the hour we now had, and devoured some food. Why the rush if we were going to skip the line? Because the skip the line was also insanely long.
No.
As we walked into the venue, I felt the rush of excitement from everyone rushing in to get a spot. My sister went ahead of me because I was going to get us beers since there was no line at the bar. In the matter of a minute, I couldn't find my sister and the floor was packed. Luckily, I was able to get through to her. We were about halfway back from the stage. Now, this was the closest I had ever been to them because this was not a regular tour show. Boyz II Men and Paula Abdul weren't performing. But Danny comes out to welcome everyone and announce that they had a special guest there that night. O-Town.
What?
That's amazing.
That's amazing. Was Ashley Parker Angel with them or? No.
I don't think he was that. Maybe he was though.
'Cause I want it all.
I'm all about Dan.
I know.
All about Dan Miller.
Little.
Who had his wisdom teeth out. Poor thing.
Oh.
I had not heard their music since high school and they were great. I'm wondering if they'll tour with the guys in 2019. When the guy... Well, we know now.
Oh, yeah, we know now.
When the guys came out onto the stage, I was mesmerized. They all looked so amazing, and I was so close, I could make eye contact.
Oh, my gosh.
And at one point, Donnie made eye contact with me. Angela grabs my arm and said, OMG, he looked right at you. Later, my other sister said, now he can dream about you. Because apparently you can't dream about someone unless you have looked into their eyes. Sorry, tangent. During tonight...
Is that true?
I don't think it is.
Oh, okay.
Maybe.
I can dream about you.
I love that song. During tonight, when they all go out into the crowd, was when we made our move to get closer to the stage. Donnie crowd surfed right by us, and everyone's eyes were on him. As he passed us, I grabbed my sister, and we headed for the stage. Smart.
Smart.
We were so close to be right up front, but the group of blockheads there would not budge. But it was fine because we were closer, and I could swoon the rest of the evening. This was when I decided I needed to be on the cruise. Meet and greets are so out of my budget, but I'd rather spend the money on a trip with them. I had a lot of dog sitting jobs lined up, and usually that money would go to my Disney pass, but not this year. It was all going to the cruise. I was told that the off-tour years sold out fast, but that didn't keep me from trying. I sent out a mass message to my closest girlfriends. The only ones willing to go and spend the money were my sisters. I love them so much for doing this. I would finally be able to meet my 5 faves the past 30 years. Little did I know then I would actually get to meet a few before the cruise. The next week was the Hollywood Bowl show. Once again, in search for someone to go with, and once again, I looked online the day of the show. About 2 hours before the show, my cousin Vicky said she would come. We got the tickets, drove to the shuttle, and made our way. It was a show unlike any others on the tour because of the setup. If you've never been to the Bowl, it's a huge outdoor arena.
I'd really like to go there someday.
Yeah?
I'd really like to do that someday.
There was no space to build a stage down the middle, so even though our seats weren't that far away, it was still easier to look at the screen to see their faces. It was the first show since the Manchester bombing, and Donnie addressed it. He said that nothing was going to stop them from touring, that we all need to continue to spread love always. Being there was indescribable. Seeing thousands of people in that venue was so different than seeing them in an enclosed arena. In December, Joey posted an Instagram photo of himself in front of the Gary Marshall Theater, saying he would be performing in A Funny Thing Happened on the Way to the Forum. I knew this theater. It's in Burbank, about 15 miles from where I live. So now I was torn. Keep saving for the cruise or go to the show. After his first show, I saw so many posts of selfies with him afterwards. Okay, I have to go. Selfies on the cruise and even getting close to them is not guaranteed, so I might as well see him in this. It was a great show, and he was amazing. I was in the second row and feel like I blushed every time he came to my end of the stage. He was so good. After the show, I waited around with a lady I had met when I first arrived. We were both so giddy. As he walked down the line of people waiting to say hi to him, my pulse raced. I knew I only had a moment to say hello and introduce myself. Because in my head it went like this. Hi, Joe, I'm Mandy. And he would say, Mandy, and start singing the Barry Manilow song to me. Well, that didn't happen. I did introduce myself, and he did say my name as he signed my program. Then grabbed my phone and took the photo. I thanked him, mesmerized by those baby blues, and smiled. He smiled at me and moved on. OMG, I just met Joey McIntyre. My heart was still racing. I walked to my car, got in, and started texting a few people back who texted me during the show. I see some girls taking a pic of the car next to me. Oh my God, it's his car. We have the same car.
What?
Ford Fusion. Really? As I started my car and sent my last text, I look over and he's getting in. That is so weird.
I remember this whole story because
oh my gosh.
When Mandy and I became like friends.
Yeah.
Like on Instagram. So her and I remember her telling me this story and I was like, what?
I think that's crazy. And they have the same car.
Yeah.
That's amazing. I wanted to roll down the window and say, sweet ride. But no. All that I did was wave a big goofy wave that I can only describe as Forrest Gump's wave when he was waving to Lieutenant Dan from his boat. Joey smiled and waved a simple little wave. Aww. The morning of cruise booking, I was so nervous. Actually, the days leading up to it were worse. I had saved and saved all summer and hoped and prayed to get a cabin. I woke up earlier than usual, and I grabbed my phone to see the time, and among a lot of notifications, one stood out. Donnie Wahlberg followed you. What?
What?
Okay, probably an imposter, is what I thought. Opened the app and there it was. The little blue check mark. Holy crap. Okay, so this had to be an omen that I was getting on that boat. I had my 8th graders for PE that morning and class is over at 8:50. But it was recycling day, which means we sort it all out and it usually takes us till about 10 after. I had already talked to the teacher telling her I had to be in the office by 8:55 and if she could come watch the kids finish up. Thankfully, everyone I work with understands my love for the guys and was rooting for me to get on the boat.
That's so awesome.
At 8:55, my mom, our school secretary, comes out and shouts, "It's 5 to 9, the computer's ready." Aww. She had already gone to the Rose Tours site for me. Love her. 9 o'clock hit and I just clicked. I didn't care where my cabin was. I just wanted to try to stay under budget. The whole process took only about 8 minutes or so, I think, and I was done. We're on the boat. It wasn't until about half an hour later that I heard about the site crashing and all the drama.
Oh.
After reading so many comments, I was starting to feel bad. Then a blockhead friend, Linda, I had met who had been on a few cruises, who hadn't got on this one, told me, "Be happy, be excited. I'm happy you're on because everyone should get the chance to experience this. Don't feel bad for me or anyone. Be happy for yourself." Side note, Linda did end up getting a spot on the cruise.
Yay, Linda!
Yay! The Blondies by Jenny bottle signing was happening in Hollywood on March 2nd. I was planning on going with or without Donnie being there. I asked my sisters and Angela was not working and was able to go. After a few of my close blockhead friends, May, Brandy, and her daughter Liz, and Linda were going to be there. Oh, also a few of them were going to be there. Well, about a week before Donnie tweets about the event, and I asked if he would be there, and he replied, possibly, with a winky face, tongue sticking out emoji. I took this as, oh my God, he's going to be there. I was going to finally meet Donnie Wahlberg. My friend May got to Hollywood early to save us a spot in line, and as the day went on, more and more people started showing up. I felt the blockhead love. Chatting with everyone was so fun. It was my first time meeting so many blockheads at once. My sister later told me, "I love this. You guys are like a sorority, but cooler."
Aww.
LOL. As Donnie and Jenny arrived, we all got anxious. We had Brandy and Liz go first because she has been a Donnie girl forever and was already getting emotional. And thank God we let her go first. She shared a great moment with them, which she will share. I know she's written in her story. And as we were watching and recording her reaction to some great news, my friend May made her way over to Donnie and Jenny, and after a group hug, he looks around and sees us and says, "Are you all Brandy's crew? Are you all going on the cruise?" We all say yes, and Donnie points to my sister with wide eyes and a huge smile and says, "You're going?" And she nods her head. He does a little fist bump thrust and set thing and says, "All right," then turns to Johnny, his assistant, and says, "Johnny, the whole crew, VIP, wristbands, red carpet, royal treatment." At this point, I was in shock. In such shock, the only thing I said to him during this 2-minute of conversation with them was, "Thank you." And Angela had a full-blown convo with him about Eminem and horror movies. I did get to speak to Jenny, and she was so incredibly nice and sweet. She gave me the best hug and encouraged me to step outside the box and dye my hair purple. Hers was blue. Even though I didn't get to say all I wanted to him, it was okay. I was glad my sister got the chance to, and maybe it's just meant to be. I will have my moment later on. We all gathered at Wahlburgers after, where he walked around and gave out hats to the kids. He was meeting with the Generation Rescue people about having the event in LA this year. As of now, there's still no news, but I'm hopeful.
And did they didn't end up having one?
They didn't do one, no. Yeah. My last experience isn't directly with a new kid, but an amazing time with friends at Joe's Hollywood Nights show. I was able to attend 2 shows, and they were more than I could have imagined. The second show I attended was the best because I was finally able to meet Nikki and Jenny, the OG cover girl. Charlene and Christine I had met at the first show, and this time I felt complete. It was the first time I went to a show without an immediate family member or a longtime friend, but with new friends whom I feel I have known forever. The show was great. My favorite part was when Joe sang Hound Dog. He had never performed it before, and I remember looking at Nikki and seeing her face light up with excitement. I still think it was meant to be that he sang an Elvis song the night she was there. And I know
gives me like shivers.
And I know it's been shared before, but I was so happy to meet Danny Trejo. Is that how you say his name? Trejo?
Yeah, I just got emotional.
You did?
Yes.
Aww. You are emotional.
I am.
More excited for the out-of-town guest to meet a celeb in Hollywood. It's so cliche, but it was perfect. My so-called whatever has not only brought me so much joy, but so many friendships as well, and I am forever grateful to Nikki and Brooke for starting this whole thing. Love you, ladies. Love, Mandy.
Why am I crying?
I don't know. You're emotional.
Oh, my goodness. Mandy. Ah, that was so good. That was so good.
It was so good. And very well written.
My gosh, so well written.
And she has some really good pictures on our website.
Yes. I love all these pictures. Do you see how they go whoop, whoop?
Yes.
You like that?
I do.
Hey, hey, hey. Mandy, thank you.
Mandy, you know how I feel about you. I love you.
I love you, Mandy.
I can always count on Mandy when I just want to like run my mouth in the middle of the night. Like if I need someone just to chat with, just to chat awesome. At. I know that Mandy will be there because she's West Coast.
Yes.
And I'll just text, message. And she's always up for a good conversation. I love you, Mandy.
So thank you. All right, this is Mary's 1990 NKOTB story. Hi, this is Mary from North Carolina. I am a proud BH. I love all 5 guys, but John has my heart. One reason is because both of us are November babies and our birthdays are really close. Mine is on the 28th and his is on the 29th. I don't have any personal encounters with the guys yet, but I did have an NKOTB year. The year was 1990, and that year I turned sweet 16. The year started with me going to my very first concert, which happened to be New Kids on the Block. I remember it was on a Sunday night. I guess I was so excited that when I woke up in the morning, I had no voice whatsoever. Did that stop me from going to see the guys? The answer is no. I went and had a blast. The funny part is the next day my voice was back. The month March came, I ordered my pay-per-view and I was excited because I was going to have the living room to myself and my favorite guys. The summer came and I won tickets to the Magic Summer Tour. Whoa. My birthday came and I had a happy birthday to wake me up that day. I had a New Kids on the Block cake and all my gifts were NKOTB. Lastly, Christmas came and all my gifts were NKOTB as well. So that was my NKOTB year. That is a great story.
Thank you so much for sharing that.
Thank you so much, Mary.
That was wonderful. Thank you. We appreciate you taking the time to send it in.
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much again.
Thank you.
And our last story is from Maria.
You remind me of West Side Story.
Yes. Maria's got stories for days.
Oh, yeah, she
Her
does.
and Jackie and Eva. And there's a bunch of you guys that have stories for days. Keep sending them. I want to hear all the stories.
Yep.
You know who else has stories for days?
Jenny.
Christina. We got to have her on the podcast. Like, we've got to get this on the schedule.
Yeah,
we can talk about all the different cruises. She's been on all 10.
All of them.
Yes.
I want to hear a rundown of how they compare.
Me too. Maybe she could start making notes. We can just talk about all of them.
Christina, can you do that?
Christina, I'm going to email you tonight. So I want to get on the schedule.
Okay, tonight that this is released, or tonight, like right now?
Like right now.
Okay. So you've already talked to us.
Yes. You already know what you did. All right, so this is Maria's sexy fail night with Donnie Wahlberg. I can't wait for this. Hey, ladies. I'm listening to the podcast and I'm so excited to hear about the new cruise stories. I love, love, love cruise stories, which reminds me, if you have cruise stories, we want to hear them. Send them to mysocalledwhatever@gmail.com.
Thanks.
We appreciate you.
And your stories.
Yes. Since you mentioned that there is a story drought, and there still is, so please send your stories. And actually, we got quite a few with the New York ones.
Yeah, we have got. I saw that. We have quite a few in the email.
But I really would like more.
We always like more.
Keep them coming.
No, we always like more.
Embarrassing stories. Anything.
80s, 90s stories.
Whatever you want.
NSYNC stories, Backstreet stories, O-Town stories.
Yes.
New edition.
Yes. 5.
What you waiting for? If you want a 3, 2, 1. All of them.
Baby, when the lights
Take that.
Go out.
I would love to take that story. I'd love a Robbie Williams
whatever
story.
I said, whatever I didn't mean
I love
it.
it.
I just want you
90
back
Degrees,
for good.
BB Mac.
Oh, baby, set me free from this misery.
I love it.
I can't take
I'm
it
sorry.
no
I like BB Mac.
more.
I know.
Why are you sorry? That
BB
song
Mac has some haters.
is one
I
of
love
my
'em.
favorites.
Love BB Mac.
Sing it with me. Since you ran away, nothing's been the same. Don't know what I'm living for.
Here I am, so alone. And there's nothing in this world I can do
until you're back here, baby.
I like that the Ghost one.
Oh, I like that one too.
I love that's my favorite BB Mac song.
Back Here is my favorite. And
So.
Back for Good's my favorite Take That song.
Ah, I love that song. Oh, that
Yes.
reminds me of
Park Days.
that thing.
Yeah.
Open House Party.
Yeah. That and Selena.
So Selena.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sorry about that, Maria. Since you mentioned that there's a story drought, and the last time we spoke about embarrassing stories, I figured I'd share a combo of both. A cruise story that I was really embarrassed. Picture it. Late night, Lido deck party.
I can picture it.
It was 3 a.m. or 4 a.m. when all the blockheads in the know were heading to Donnie's after party. I believe it may have been my second NKOTB cruise. I had no idea what it was. I had no idea what was what. Anyway, Donnie was still dancing on stage and Lido was getting empty. It was a PJ night. I had on a cotton robe that would fly open all night long. I got annoyed at it, so I made a knot that only a sailor would be proud of. So Donnie's dancing on the stage and he saw me and he did some sexy dance and I was shooketh. I also was like, I'm not going to miss this shot of dancing with Donnie Wahlberg. So I danced right back. We sort of had a dance battle, but not battle. It was more like a kiss me and I'll kiss you back.
That
Kiss
reminds me of the
and
real
I'll
world.
Kiss you back. Yes. Kiss
The
me
first
and I'll
one.
kiss you back.
Oh my gosh, it reminds me of Eric.
Yes.
Eric and Julie.
Yep. Julie
they're-
was dancing.
And they're on again, off again.
Yes.
Well, they won't.
But when they played that song, she was dancing.
I remember it as a montage. You know what reminds me of her dancing?
Mm.
Wiggle it.
Oh,
Just
yeah,
a
that's
little
right.
bit.
Yep.
Anyway.
Never
Tangent.
get in a battle with Brooke about what you remember, because you will lose. He opened he opened his silk robe, and I teased that I was opening my robe, and then he took his off, and then I started to do the same, but my robe knot would not open. I tugged, pulled, tried to rip it, nothing. I wasn't breaking eye contact with him, so I tried and tried again, pulled that damn string, but nothing happened. I finally looked at my robe and noticed that it was just a ball of braids and knots that were not going to undo themselves. So I looked up at Donnie and he was chuckling, and I could only laugh along and shrug my shoulders in defeat. I doubt he remembers this. I always want to let him know of my embarrassing moment so we can have a chuckle about it, but Donnie's sightings are few and rare. Then again, who wants to remind a sexy-ass man that I failed at sexy? Short and sweet, back to listening to this week's podcast. Maria.
Maria, I love you. And I don't think that's embarrassing.
No.
I think it's perfect. And I'm sure you played it like just as cool as you are.
I agree. I
love that.
100%.
And that's what's magical about the cruise.
I know. I can't wait to this next one.
Me either.
I'm
Stop
so
it.
excited.
Bah!
I'm so excited. I can't wait for Thebes. Because, like, now I know what it's all about. Like,
Right.
now I feel like I can, like
prepared.
breathe.
Yeah.
So,
that's it.
that's it. Yeah, that's all we have.
Thanks, guys.
So, thanks for listening.
Thanks, Maria. We appreciate your story.
Yeah. And,
Thanks, Mary.
Brooks.
Thanks, Mandy.
Brooks just coming home from Mexico, I think.
I think I am. Yeah.
Yep.
So,
Yeah.
haven't been there yet now, but when you hear this, I'll be home.
Yay.
Funny how things like that work.
Yeah.
So keep it real, guys.
Yeah, keep it real.
We'll see you on the flip side.
See you later. Bye.
Bye.